The first time Ethan Cole heard the thump above his ceiling, he thought it was a raccoon. The second time, it sounded like a couch being dragged across the floor. By the third night, when the light fixture rattled and his cat bolted under the bed, he realized his new upstairs neighbor had officially moved in. He hadn't even met her yet. All he knew was that the landlord mentioned a foreign exchange resident from some far-off colony. Ethan assumed it was a student from another country. He was wrong by a few light years. The first encounter came on a rainy Tuesday. Ethan was carrying groceries when the front door opened, and a tall figure stepped in, shaking droplets off a translucent coat. Her skin shimmered faintly blue under the flickering hallway light, and her hair was silver like spun glass. But what froze him was the tail, long, sleek, and flexible, tipped with a faintly glowing tuft that swayed like a cat's when curious. She noticed his stare. Her eyes, vertical slit, amber gold, narrowed slightly, though her voice was calm. "You must be the human downstairs." Ethan blinked. Yeah. "And you must be Vael," she said, "of Clan Rissa." Then after a pause, "I am from Kareth. You might call it off-world." He almost dropped his bag. "Off-world?" "Yes." She tilted her head, studying him as though he were a peculiar insect. "Your species has fascinating energy patterns. I came to learn more." And just like that, she brushed past him, tail flicking once as she disappeared up the stairs. The faint scent she left behind was metallic and sweet, like ozone and honey. Over the next few days, Ethan tried to live normally, but it was impossible. Strange humming noises came from above, accompanied by flashes of blue light through his ceiling vents. Sometimes when she cooked, or whatever passed for cooking on her planet, the air filled with a floral aroma that made him dizzy. Curiosity got the better of him. He knocked on her door one evening, a polite smile ready. Vael answered wearing a loose, dark robe that shimmered like starlight. The room behind her was full of strange, pulsing crystals and floating devices. "You should not be here," she said, though there was amusement in her tone. I just wanted to check if you needed help with anything. You've got a lot going on up here." She glanced back at her equipment. "Yes, sir. Your planet's bioelectric frequencies are intriguing. Particularly yours." "Mine." Her pupils widened. "You generate unusually stable emotional energy." "I'm just a guy who watches too much late-night TV." Vael stepped closer, and Ethan could see that her irises contained faint rings of glowing light. "You underestimate yourself, human. Your species possesses what we lack." He swallowed. "And what's that?" "Emotion that changes reality." She said it like a scientific fact. Over the next week, Vael began visiting him. At first she asked questions about his dreams, his feelings, his memories of loss or love. Her curiosity was disarming, almost childlike. She watched him closely whenever he spoke, as if studying his heartbeat through his words. One evening, she brought him to her apartment. The crystals were brighter now, pulsing in rhythm with something unseen. "What are these for?" he asked. "They amplify emotional resonance," she explained. "Your emotions emit frequencies, energy that can shape molecular patterns. On Kareth, we evolved past emotion to survive. But it made us hollow. My people cannot feel deeply anymore. We lost that power." Ethan frowned. "Power? You mean feelings? To you they are sensations. To us they are energy sources. When you love, when you fear, when you hope, your body radiates force. It's the most unbelievable power in the galaxy." He gave a nervous laugh. "So you're saying humans are batteries powered by emotions?" She smiled faintly. More like suns. Small, volatile suns. Her tail brushed against his hand, gentle and warm. I came here to learn from you. But perhaps I also came to feel again. Days turned into weeks. Vael became part of his life. Sharing late-night coffee, walking in the rain, she loved how water felt on her skin, even trying to cook pasta, which she found illogically satisfying. But something else began to happen. The air around her would hum softly whenever she was near him. Lights flickered. His dreams became vivid, filled with her voice echoing in strange languages. One night, he woke to find her standing beside his bed, glowing faintly. "Vael," he whispered. "I'm sorry," she said. "I needed to test something." Her hand hovered inches from his chest, where his heartbeat thumped fast. "Your energy, it grows when you feel. Can see it. It's beautiful." He sat up, unsure whether to be terrified or moved. "You're using me for your experiment." She shook her head slowly. "No. Thought I could. But now I see it's not something to extract. It's something to share." Her tail curled around his wrist, almost tender. "Teach me how to feel without losing control." Ethan met her golden eyes. "You already are." Weeks passed and Vael changed. Her skin glowed warmer. She laughed easily. Sometimes she cried watching movies she didn't understand. She began to paint, something her people had abandoned centuries ago. Then one morning she came to his door, her expression distant. "They're coming," she said softly. "Who?" "My superiors. They think I've gone rogue. They want the data I gathered from you." Ethan's stomach dropped. "What happens if they find you?" "They'll erase me." She looked at him with fierce tenderness. "I won't let them take what I've found. Vael, you can hide here." She shook her head. "No. But I can leave something behind." She reached out and touched his chest. A surge of warmth flooded through him, like sunlight breaking through storm clouds. "Now you carry part of me. If I am gone, I'll still live through your heartbeats." A brilliant blue light filled the room. When it faded, she was gone. For days, Ethan searched the skies for any sign of her. Life returned to its quiet rhythm, but something inside him had changed. His dreams still shimmered with her laughter. When he touched the spot over his heart, it pulsed faintly, warm and alive. Months later, on a still night, he stood on the balcony watching the stars. One of them flared bright blue for a moment before fading. And in his mind he heard her voice, soft, almost a whisper. "You taught me what power truly is, human. Not energy, not control, but connection." Ethan smiled, eyes wet with tears. The air shimmered faintly around him. For the first time he believed her. Human emotion really could change the universe.